Welcome. What is going on? We're here for free live tarot readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings. So I'm kind of mandatory to have on the stream. I think so at least. We're not ending soon. Why is that there? Okay. What is going on, everybody? Well-Tempered Claire, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Brandon, welcome back. Basharat, welcome. Haley, Karen, CM, Bartman, and Renee, what is going on? How's everybody doing tonight? We had 20 viewers when we started up for 30 seconds ago. So 20 viewers in 30 seconds. That's a pretty good sign. Boo Boo, welcome. How are you doing? All right. Let's do Well-Tempered Claire, get some finances for 2021. Hopefully it'll be better than 2020, that's for sure. 2020 was quite the randomness on many fronts, right? We got the Tarot Tower for that. Let's start out. Let's warm up with a good one. What do we got? Let's warm up with a good one. Let's go with the not so often used, but we need to use it more often, the Wildwood Tarot. Can you believe I ended up giving mine away and then I rebought it? This is the only deck ever that I have just given away and ended up having to rebuy it. You know what I mean? Coming year looks. Shannon, welcome. How are you doing? Haley, what is up? Tracy, hello. Everybody's here tonight. We got quite the crowd. Everybody's hanging out, doing a little tarot on hump day. It is one of those. KD, thank you for your donation as well. I appreciate you, KD. All right, get a new job, fantastic Ms. or Elemental Wisdom. I'm telling you that Elemental Wisdom really just makes a boom. The Elemental Wisdom comes out of the gate like full speed running. Like it doesn't waste any time at all. I'm just saying. All right. Let's see what we got for finances for 2021. The ending is the Ten of Vessels of happiness. So that's going to do pretty good. Any Ten of Cups is going to be pretty happy. I think 2021 is going to be better on the finances. It's looking pretty good as far as that is concerned. You do have somebody that ends up just giving you money. You have somebody, either they owe you money or maybe it's an inheritance, or you have some income source from somebody actually just giving you money. It's like it's funneled through an organization or it's funneled through something. In other words, they don't just come and just hand you money, but it may be an inheritance, maybe something's going on, but if somebody owes you some money, but you do get some money from a particular person. The Nine of Stones upside down says the beginning of the year, you're still recovering from the whole COVID mess. You're recovering from all of this. You're trying to get back to normalcy. And I think normalcy is you're going to reach that, right? The Lovers we have on the next one, it's like you separate yourself from one of these bills or one of these financial burdens that you have that's really sort of draining you right now. You end up separating from that and getting free of that. So it's about getting free of that, right? The Lovers, that being reversed on a finances readings, you're talking about getting a separation from something that is burdening you. It's a bit of a Ten of Wands reverse type feel, but we have a little bit of separation for that. I think that's going to be a key point here, that it just feels better, it just goes better, and things just flow better. Now, this is sort of interesting that we come into the Ten of Vessels. Again, it's like some good news that you get, that you end up getting some money and getting a little bit of an income source from this event that happens. It looks like it's like not really early. It's like a third end of the year. Look for like second quarter type feel, but you do end up getting some money. Overall, I think as far as job goes, I think we in for a steady job and things are pretty going to be normal. Not really at the beginning of the year. I think beginning of the year, people are still trying to figure out how to spend money, how to recover the money that they lost last year because of the lockdowns and all this other stuff. But I think after that subsides, we sort of get back to normal, things get more normal. I think we have a steady job and things go pretty well with that. So it's looking pretty good for 2021 overall. Not like just a major thing where you get $1 billion or anything, but you do have a little less of a burden. We do have a steady job. We do have a little bit of an extra income that comes from an event. So there we go. There you go. Looking pretty good for that. KD, thank you for your donation as well. What do we got going on for KD tonight? Let's see. What's some things we got on for KD? Let's see. All right. Looking at when and how I get a new job. All right. Seeing about a new job, seeing what is going on with that. And let's see. Looking for that. When and how will I get a new job for that? Let us use as requested the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. Wasn't there another Elemental Wisdom Tarot? That's bothering me now. Wasn't that other really crappy deck that was on Amazon? Was that the Elemental Wisdom? Was it? Was it? Maybe SA. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Ooh, SA's found a soulmate. That always makes a good day. Philippe, speaking of good day, if Philippe's in chat, guaranteed to be a good day. Just right there, right there. Bath and Body Works headache. Is that possible? Is that possible? Because I can't get enough of that. I mean, I'm telling you now, the only Bath and Body Works negative thing I have to say is that Vanilla Bean Noel goes rotten like about 6 months in. It just goes pure rotten. It just smells weird. I don't like it, man. The candles are okay. Those last like years, but the hand soaps, something goes rotten with those, man. It just, in my opinion, of course. But anyway. All right. By the way, in case you wonder what this is, it is the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. This is brand new out, and it is not cheap. So be prepared to drag out your wallet. It does not come with a book either. Watch my 4K video, which apparently 4 people dislike for some random reason. But anyway, how and when will I get a new job? Temperance, the 7 of Swords, 6 of Wands, and the Magician. Okay. Number one, your skills, right? The Magician says you have the skills to pay the bills. So that is going to be important here. You do have the skills that people are looking for. You have the skills that people are sort of requesting and getting into. I think as people get to know you, as people talk to you, they sort of see your potential, and they have that feel as far as it goes, right? So Magician says your skills do get you in the door for a couple of opportunities. Those are going to be important because those are going to be some of the key points here. Now, 7 of Swords is interesting. It's like a job that you've had before. Bethany, it has been a minute. How are you doing? Good to see you. It is something that you've had before. Is something that you had before, or somebody that you've known from another job, maybe another networking contact that you sort of peeked in on from time to time, sees you on social media, pings you and says, hey, I'm getting a bonus for finding somebody to fill this job. Can you come over? Type thing and do the job. 7 of Swords, this is something, again, that we're returning to. This is what I talk about in my book. The 7 of Swords is a returning to card. Even though you're escaping, you end up coming back. It's not a permanent escape from that. And I by the way, you're going to see that. You're going to see that in my new deck of cards that I'm previewing all over the community posts. But yeah, it's almost like we're going back to something. 6 of Wands says it is about the communication. It is about this being heralded as somebody who knows how to do this thing, okay? 6 of Wands traditionally is somebody riding a horse, and they have people celebrating and cheering them on. In other words, I go to KD if I need this particular thing done. You're known for that. That's where the 6 of Wands is. People know you for these particular things. Because you're next to the Magician, you have those skills that pays the bills. People know you. People rely on you for this particular activity, these particular things, and they funnel to you. Again, 7 of Swords, coming back to something or having somebody come back and want you in a particular role. So that is sort of how it happens, right? As far as when, I think you're looking at the first half of 2021 as far as getting in there just full steam. Temperance says definitely have a balance. It is something that is going to require a little bit of a stretch. In other words, it's not a job where, hey, it's across the street. It pays 150 grand. All the bosses are nice. It's not one of those. There's a stretch. In other words, the bosses may not be the best. You may have a bit of a commute. It may be something where you have to travel or something like that and have some things going on. In other words, you do have to stretch yourself in order to accommodate what they need. And so that's why you're kind of hesitant to go in the first place. But there you go. There's a little information about it. Again, look for the first half of 2021. It's going to be the big job. I'm not saying as far as the new job, of course you can get a job doing anything. We can go work at some, minimum wage thing if we really want to, but I don't think you want that. I think you want something, again, with the magician to where KD shines. KD knows what they're doing, and people know KD because of that. I think that is where you will be at. There we go. What is going on? See, what do we got next? We got SA. Is TR the man of my life? Hopefully. Oh, that is so sweet. Let's get some hearts out. Get some hearts out for that because we could have a soulmate in here. We could have a soulmate. TR, my soulmate. I mean, is it possible? Is it good? Is it something that could be magical where we could go to? It's been a hot minute since we have been on the love. We have not been on the love screen in a while. It has been a while. Look at this. Look at all the love over here in the love screen. This is where we belong. Speaking of soulmate, we're soulmated on the love screen. I'm just saying, for the love screen, we need Gregory Scott Tarot, of course. Beautiful son, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Good to see you as well. All right. The Knight of Swords reading was accurate, arguing his father, the King of Swords, positive. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's see, get one more shuffle and see what is going on. See, everybody is all hyped about the love screen. It has been a hot minute since we've been on here. I'm just saying, we need love and lust and, and all that good stuff. Occasionally, we need all of that. We could maybe next week, we could be going back to the green screen and all the spreads and all that fun stuff. That could be a thing. I may try that out again on a slow night. The busy nights, I don't think so. But slow nights, Monday, Tuesday night or Monday nights, might not be a bad thing. Beautiful sun. Speaking of beautiful, what is going on? All right. Are they the soulmate? King of Swords, Star, Lovers, and the Six of Cups. Well, good news. I think so. Good news. I think so. And I don't always say that. Why? Because we're looking at something that's pretty special here. We really are. I mean, when you look at this, this is actually from a chapter in my book called Soulmates. And what cards do you look for if you're looking for a soulmate? And we have the cards right here. So if you think I'm just making this up, or I always say, yeah, that's your soulmate, in case you're new, go read my book. Link in the description. But yeah, this fits the description. Basically, this is somebody who is the one. Okay. Now let's see why. The Star next to the Lovers, next to the Six of Cups. Again, in the book, I talk about the Star next to the Lovers. Anything that sneaks by and gets near the Lovers enhances it and tells you more about the love. So we have a connection, right? And this is different from the Two of Cups. I think a lot of people get the Two of Cups and the Lovers. They're not really the same. The Two of Cups is like we just met. We're interacting, we're sort of forming something. The Lovers is that we have a long-term relationship. This is something that's going to be substantial. Something's going to be beefy. Where's the beef? Something's going to be a little beefy. So that is going to be something where it's at. So the Lovers means a longer-term relationship. And you see this as well with the pages versus the kings, queens, and stuff like that. A page is a bit of a neophyte or a newbie to a relationship. So they're going to make the newbie mistakes. They're going to say dumb things. They're going to sort of whittle away at the relationship. You don't really see that, right? We have the King of Swords, which has a lot of authority and power as coming in, right? But again, the Lovers points towards a long-term thing. Now, like I talk about in the book, the Star. is the North Star. It's things that guide you. It's things that you move towards, and the things that let you be guided towards something better or guide you toward the next destination. And the star is here next to the Lovers. Again, the Lovers, what's around it affects it. The star points to destiny, a destiny star next to the Lovers. The Six of Cups could be indicating children. It could be indicating just this balance within the relationships, where there's some giving, there's some caring and things like that. You don't want a relationship where you have the Four of Pentacles, where everybody's holed in and they don't want to share. You don't want that. You don't want that at all. So yeah, you're looking at, this is one of the most beautiful readings you're going to have for this particular question. So yeah, congratulations. There you go. There you go. That is a positive. That he is the one. They are the one. That's going to be something great there. You got something great. Hang on to them. Hang on to them for dear life, and and all that stuff. All right, where are we going? All right, I got to clear out my notifications. I got Kickstarter notifications. I got a bunch of decks coming in. Yo Yoli. Oh, wow, talk about been a minute. Yo Yoli, I remember you from a while back. Haven't seen you in so long. It's good to see you as always. What is going on? Does the district attorney have a lover? Do they have a lover? Is that a thing? Let's go back. Let's get back to the standard screen there and find out. Whoa, what is that? That's the green screen. We don't want the green screen. We're not doing that tonight. We're not doing the hearts either. The hearts refreshes. Have you ever noticed that? If I go away from a screen and I come back to the old screen, the hearts refresh. I think that's kind of interesting. All right, Waterfall Tarot. Let's see it. There we go. All right, Tammy, that is awesome indeed. Karen, what is going on? Karen, I have written a book. The book is about tarot. It is 230 pages, and there's an ebook in the description or an audiobook. If you like my voice, you can get the audiobook version. Both of them are $5. That's not a bad deal. For a 230-page book or 8 hours of audiobook, they're both $5. So link in the description if you like that. It teaches you my method of doing tarot. Basically how to master tarot, how to put the cards together and all of that good stuff, blah, blah, blah. Read about it in the description. You get the idea. Okay. Let's see if they do have a lover or not. Sort of interesting. Three of Cups sort of leans that direction a little bit. Seven of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Queen of Swords. Do they have a lover? I mean, that's pretty to the point. A Three of Cups is a sneaky card to sort of have within that. If you're looking for a third party, a lot of times the Three of Cups does indicate that. But like with everything in tarot, what is around it really affects it. So what's sort of around the Three of Cups? We have problems. If they do have a lover, if they do have somebody going on with that, you do have a third-party relationships, I would be looking more for a Seven of Swords, a Two of Cups, a Lovers, a Page of Cups, some cups around the three that would indicate and give me more reinforcement. Raina, thank you for your very generous donation of $25. I appreciate you, Raina. Thank you so much. But if you have the Three of Cups, I don't really see things around it that would indicate a third-party situation. I really don't. I see that they are in with somebody, or they sort of either working towards getting somebody, or they are sort of in a situation where they have that opportunity. The Emperor sort of points to that. In other words, they have the ability and the power to do that. What do I mean by that? If we have another significant lover, if we have a significant other, the Emperor says we have the power to do that. That is within our range. That means that we could have somebody, chasing us. We could have a couple of fans out there that have been sort of, waiting in the winds or whatever for that, right? This person, if they do have that, is the Queen of Swords, which is just a terrible individual. The Queen of Swords is definitely not a great person. This is Corella DeVille. This is the villain of the story. Not exactly somebody that's going to come around to bite you in the end of the game. Not really going to be a big factor going on with that. So if they do have somebody severely negative, and that's going to end very quickly, they're going to flee that relationship like the place is on fire. You know what I'm saying? They're going to flee there like there's a fire. They're not going to be around for very long at all. So even if it is active at the moment, which I don't really see that, but if it is active, well then it's not going to be really valid. Seven of Pentacles, again, points to activity trying to get one. So significant other, they are sort of looking for one. Seven of Pentacles, we are putting in that work to try to get that mode going. But overall, I just don't see supporting cards for that three. That means they're actively engaged with a significant other at this time. So there we go. That was a long read for a very short question. You know, I don't do yes or no questions. I have a problem with yes or no questions because I think that there's always more to it. And so I go ham on those, you know, I just go full in. You got to dive in and go for the whole thing. Never gotten a reading here before. Gypsy Jade, I'd like to see what the cards mean regarding the ending of my marriage. Should I remain separated a while or go forth with the divorce? Ooh, that is a hot topic. I like that one. By the way, if you're new here, there is no list. I pick it random. If you have a donation, I'll read immediately and you will guarantee get a reading. But if you don't donate, then I'll just look through chat until I find something I like. There you go. There's no list at all. I found lists are bad. I explain why that in my book as well. All right. That is interesting. Should I remain separated a while or go forward with the divorce? This calls for a throwdown.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
We need a throwdown for this. What a throwdown is, in case you're new, and you just said you're new, you just said, you know, since you're new, you haven't seen the money trick. Since you're new, you haven't seen the money trick. I'm too lazy to go get other magic tricks, so we're leaning on the money trick. We're trying to go buy some Christmas tarot decks. All I have is $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. I don't have enough for a Christmas. Nobody's gonna let me buy a tarot deck for $5, right? So what I do is I just snap like that, and it becomes more money. It becomes, I'm serious. Look, it's 20. 40, and now I have enough to buy a couple of decks. There's more money. It's all you need is more money in life. If you have money, getting more money, it's always going to be a good thing. There we go. That is the money trick. In case you have not seen that before and you're new to the channel, which I assume you are, because you know why? Because you said, I'm new to the channel. So there you go. That's why I think you're new to the channel. That makes me a psychic medium, or in my case, a psychic extra large. All right. Let's see what is going on for the throwdown. The rules for the throwdown is on the top is should you remain separated. This is separation right here. On the bottom is should you go and get a divorce. So we're going to see what the good, bad, and different factors are on both decisions. And that's what a throwdown is. Let's see how that goes. See how that happens. Okay, should you remain? Oh, by the way, in case you wonder what the deck is, everybody wants to know what the deck is. It's the Thoth, the greatest deck in the history of mankind, period, end of story. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, should you remain separated? Science is a really interesting one. I think you're going to be good at being separated. Now, what does that mean? It means there's no stress. There's no stress at all. I get to hang out. I get to do what I want. I get to call up some interesting other people and have some fun. And I don't have to do anything. There's no stress. Look at that. Science. There's none at all. I can just say I'm separated. I can be separated forever. Nothing there. There's no big darkness that we're going to have like we do with the divorce, because the divorce thing, money, we got stress, we got lawyers. Now we got to take off work. Now we got to go. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Separated looks so much better with science. Look at that as well. And I think that you have the upper hand in the separation as well. Right? What's going on, Nate? How are you doing? So good to see you. I think that you have the upper hand in the separation, no doubt about it. If there's a winner in the separation, it's going to be you. You're looking pretty good with that. And you have some sort of influence. I think there's more to it than just the word separation. I think there's some complexities here you don't really want to deal with. That's why we got some nasty things over here. But yeah, so separation's looking good. As a default, separation's looking really, really good there. Okay, let's go with divorce. First off, we have the master of the obvious, which is there's some complexities here that you haven't mentioned, obviously, because you're typing and you only have like 5 words a room in there. So there you go. Christina, what is going on? How you doing? Paula, welcome as well. The complexities that you're thinking of, they are complex indeed. And that's going to be a pain to sort of drag all of that out of the closet and get all of that out. Do the entire divorce thing, go forward with all of this. Again, a lot of negativity. And I think the worst part is the complexities that you haven't mentioned are going to drag out into something that is not going to be beneficial for anybody. So yeah, okay. But after the divorce, there is a sense of freedom, and the sun says we have freedom. We have some good stuff as well. And at the end of it, I think that you end up getting a pretty good deal with the divorce, and strength says that it's going to be all right, and it's going to be something to deal with. So there you go. There is a throwdown about what is going to happen with all of that. By the way, if you are new, I do private readings. That sounds bad. I do. Private readings are $30 for 20 minutes, which is pretty reasonable. You know what I mean? I don't just want to stiff people. It's pretty reasonable. $30 for 20 minutes. And if you need private readings, there you go. Link in the description for my email and all that other stuff. All right, who has another question? Why is my monitor way over here? I'm on this side of the room, and the monitor's way pointed like over here on the other side of the room. Jupiter, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. See the sister do at her new job. All right, that sounds fun. Jupiter, I like the name. How will my sis do at job? Let's try and figure that out. What's going to happen with all of that? Okay. For this one, we got a new job. I think we're going to do the Dark Mansion. I was looking at the Dark Mansion today. I have a new challenge for myself. I want to get every tarot deck that is digital, and I want to try to reproduce one card out of every deck that is digital. Okay? That's going to be my challenge to myself. Can I reproduce a single card from any deck that's digital? And the Dark Mansion is on that list. I was looking today at how much work would be involved in reproducing some of this Dark Mansion stuff. And Jesus, they must have spent a lot of time on this, because it looks pretty horrible to do. This is not a fun one to do. This is not one I want to start with. So yeah, there is that. Okay. Anyway, by the way, this is the Dark Mansion, in case I haven't mentioned it 50 times. So see how they are going to do with their new job. The Tower, the 10 of Wands. That, all right, we don't read all reversed, so we flip them. By the way, we don't read all reversed. That's a thing. It's a policy here, that's just how we go. All right, Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and the Tower. Well, all right, okay, when we get into the new job, the first thing we get is a lot of stuff to do. The Knight of Swords is a very active card, very, very fun going, a very, very rushed card. So they're going to feel rushed after they get the initial training. We do have the warm-up period where you get your training, everything goes on, everything moves forward, and then we get into the big time. The Knight of Swords says the big time comes pretty soon. So they are going to get a lot of demands, a lot of things to do. They are going to be running around pretty hectic with all of that. Page of Swords feels like that. I just don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm new here. Hey, you are new here. What do you know? But I feel like that I don't have the skills to do some things, and they're making demands on me. At the end of the day, the Tower says that you do have this sort of this, you reach this pinnacle And after that, you sort of really get comfortable and you really sort of get in the mode. One of the jobs to where you just need to do it enough and then you get into that mode, you get into the flow, you get into the feel. And it's not really that bad at the end of the day. The tower says that is sort of happening there, as well as there's some instability in the nature of the job. So it's kind of like that we're just not stable there. We don't feel stable. We feel like sort of a temporary person almost. The Ten of Wands says we do get all of that work and it is sort of loaded on us. One of the things is that there is a bit of drama at the work in the background. It's not, forefront drama and anything like that. Roseanne, it is good to see you. How are you doing tonight? IT guy, how are you? But yeah, it's not one of the forefront drama things. It's more kind of in the background, but it is there. But then they sort of figure out that it's going on and it's just sort of, how do I deal with this garbage? I just want to work and leave and go home, right? I think most people just want to work and go home. And the extra drama really doesn't help much. But it is a bit challenging, but overall it feels pretty good. Overall it feels pretty good. It feels like we get into the mode, we sort of move into this space to where we're sort of rocking it. And, overall, it's not that bad after a while. There we go. Just be ready to hit the ground running for sure. That's one of the jobs. Sometimes it's not too bad, just hit the ground running. There you go. But, overall, there you are. All right. Who else has a question? Let's sort of flip around here. Going to write a fictional tarot story. Ooh, that'd be pretty good. What do you think the King of Wands would be like flirting with the Queen of Cups, or what kind of thing would be that? Tony Palou's book. Yeah, that is a good book. Yeah, she's really good. I like her YouTube channel. Pentacles go round and round. All right. So I'm scrolling around. What does Kevin truly feel after we had a call not long ago? Olga, let's find out what Kevin feels. What is Kevin doing? Is Kevin going to be all right? Big card, my music get better of having a different aesthetic. There we go. All right, Haley, what is your question, Haley? What is your question? All right, what does Kevin truly feel, especially after the call? Well, what did you do in the call? Hopefully you didn't get them all upset or anything. Let's use this deck, which I don't have a box for. I would show you because I couldn't afford the box. The box was like $20. I'm like, I'm not paying $20 for your fancy box, man. I'm not paying $20 for your fancy box. I'll take it raw. You know what I mean? Just go raw with the deck and see what is going on with that. By the way, this is the Keymaster Tarot, in case you're wondering. It's a mixed bag. It's an interesting deck. Very interesting indeed. All right. So what are they feeling, especially after a call? The King of Diamonds, the Knight of Diamonds, and the Ace of Diamonds. It does feel like that they do want to start over. In a lot of ways, they want to start over. There's some things that we just aren't ready for. There's some things that we just don't want to move forward with. We have a lot of hesitation about doing some certain things, but it does feel like that we're sort of dragged into something we don't really want to be in. And during that process, again, it feels like we want to start over. That's indicated by the Ace of Diamonds, right? The Ace says that we want to start something new. We want to get sort of in the mode. We want to move forward with something either not really different, but we want to start it at the scratch. We want to start over. And it could mean that mistakes were made. We do have some situations that are hovering over us like a cloud. And what can you do? I mean, what can you really do about that stuff? You know what I mean? If something's hovering over, again, it feels like we want to just start from scratch. And that's sort of where we're at. So what do they truly feel to me? They do feel highly connected to you. We have a couple of diamonds. We do have that stability. We do have that rock solid thing, right? But we have done a bit of an escape, or we have done a bit of it feels like some things need to end. Some things need to get separated from where we're at, and then we can move on. But basically, they have the stability. They feel stable with you. They feel comfortable. They feel like they want to start over and get all the clouds from hovering above us and, move into a better situation, basically. There we go. Kind of, can we reverse time, Can we reverse time? That would be great. It's always fun to reverse time. It's like in a video game. You're playing Breath of the Wild, you fall off a cliff and you die. And then you restore from the saved game. It's all good. It's all good at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Here we go. You want to fight it. Okay. All right. What is going on, everybody? What questions does everybody have? Let's see. KD, let's see. Get a new job. We decided which deck to grab for which question. Totally right. Tracy wants to know, how do you decide which deck to grab for which question? That's good, Tracy. I need to make a video on this. I think some decks are attuned to some questions. All right, let's talk about that. For example, we have the wonderful and beautiful gift from Raina, the business class tarot. Clearly, this is a job deck. This is not something I would reach for during a love reading, right? Is Fred my soulmate? I wouldn't really reach for this. This is a business class tarot. This is a business deck. So if you're starting a business, if we have a job reading, this goes perfectly with that. So you have a dedicated tarot. The other thing is, I think some decks have dedicated seasons. We have seasons. So some decks are good in winter, better than summer. So that is just my opinion, though. Okay, Tarot Apprentice, he told me to wait, but it's been a while. I'm getting tired of waiting. Should I wait or go? Getting tired of waiting, should I wait or go? TA wants to know. Let's figure out what is going on with that. What is going on with that? TA, should I wait or should I go now? There's some pretty definitive cards in the tarot that are they're gonna let you know that for sure. Let's do the wheel. Golden wheel is one of my favorites. I'm just saying. Mallory, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Get a little 2020 action going in there. Well, apparently it's going to be locked down is what it's going to be. I don't know. They're talking about lockdown. Everybody stripped all the store with toilet paper and paper towels, meat and milk. You know, I went to the store to get some milk, and that's the way it goes. All right, should I wait or should I go? We'll do this quick. We got 2 donations waiting. KD, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate that. See, KD knows. KD wants a business class tarot reading. Look at that. Getting tired of waiting. Should I wait or should I go? Knight of Wands, 10 of Wheels, Ace of Wands, and 9 of Swords. The whole read here, it's an action-packed read. It says you got to go. The King of Wands is fire, okay? Talking about fire, getting a little bit of that fiery action. You got to get a little bit of fiery action in chat. I'm just saying. The 10 of Wheels says that what you want is not there yet. It's not waiting there for you. It's not conveniently, just sort of sitting around. There you go. So you do have that feel. So if we're sort of moving towards that, where Tarot Apprentice, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. The King of Wands, talking about the fire, the 10 of Wheels. What you're waiting for is not just going to be sitting waiting for you. So the problem with waiting in this situation is the Ace of Wands is right next to this. If you want what you're looking for, if we're seeking something in particular, if we're moving towards something, we got to take that action. Ace of Wands says don't delay with it. We got to get going with some of that. The interesting card in the read, by far, is going to be the 9 of Swords. This says the 9 of Swords really sort of indicates that this is literally sort of a nightmare card or a worry card. Let me turn it over so you can see it. This is sort of a worry card where we have the darkness around us and we're sitting up in bed. We're all concerned. We have nightmares, right? And this reversed, it says the reason that we wait a lot of the times is because we don't know what's on the other side. Is the grass going to be greener? Is the situation going to work out for the best? Because we tell ourselves if we sit around and don't do anything, then now I have no responsibility when something happens because I was sitting around. I didn't do anything. So when we go forward, we have this worry that if I do it, now I'm going to be responsible for whatever happens, which is where you're at, right? Which is where you're at. And at some point you do have to take that responsibility because of the ace, because it's what you need is not getting delivered to you. We got too many wands, we got too much fire, we got too much things. Do we have the Chariot or the Knight of Swords or a big movement card in here? No. So it says proceed with caution. Make sure that you have a plan before going. Don't just walk out into the middle of the street. Make sure that you have a plan. Make sure that you're going to do everything in an okay environment and you're going to be okay doing it, because you do have that culpability, that responsibility of moving forward. You might as well just make sure and have it planned out to where at least you have some strats. You need some strats. It's like in a video game. You go into the raid in World of Warcraft and you don't know the boss raid, you don't know the boss mechanics, and you look like an idiot because you die over and over because you're new at the boss, you know. You should have watched the video. You should have watched the video before you went in the WoW raid. You know what I mean? KD, thank you again. What will new job be? Let's see about that. What will the new job be? We want the business class tarot. Look at this. We already have the business class tarot right here. A gift from the awesome and amazing Sunflower Tarot. By the way, Sunflower Tarot gets like a whole page dedication in my new tarot deck, by the way. Because Sunflower Tarot is kind and wonderful at letting me know what I need to add to these cards that I'm making. because sometimes I'll just have a card, I'll be like, I have no idea what to do next. So I like ping Boo Boo. I'll be like, okay, I have no idea what to put it. So this is missing something. What is it missing? Boo Boo will say, it's missing a dog. You need a dog right there. So I put a dog right there. And the card looks amazing. I'm like, that was it. That was it. So Sunflower Tarot, I mean, huge shout out, and Boo Boo's the most amazing person ever. Anyway, all right. Let's see what we're doing. What will the new job be? Brand 9, Human Resources, Product 7, and Product Director. You're sort of looking at something either middle management or something that is sort of organizing things for other people. It could be one of the situations where we're organizing things. We're trying to get things moving. We're trying to get things organized. Maybe we're a scrum master. Maybe we're doing the organization paperwork for something. We're keeping track of things, right? Also could be a mid-level manager, the product director, somebody that gets the product and gets it in the state where it's ready to go. That is sort of an interesting thing as well. The product director is like literally you have a product, you have something that you're ready to release, and you need the coordination to do that. You need somebody that's going to help, somebody that's going to sort of be the coordinator for the whole thing and help out with all of that stuff. That's where the product director is going to be. Product 7 is more of an assembly line type thing. In other words, there is a lot of things coming in and you have to organize it. You have to be quick to get that type of organization done. Human resources could literally be at human resources. It could be, helping people find the job, placing people, getting the right person to the right job and things like that. So we have a lot of different options here, but it's definitely something where we're coordinating, we're moving things along, we're getting people to do things, and we're sort of being the navigator or the railroad. What's the guy on the railroad that does I don't know the term. You know what I'm saying though. You know what I'm saying? The person that directs things, the person that gets it done. Because a lot of times you just need that person. You just need them. And if you don't have them, it is manic and hectic out there sometimes. And I'm telling you, those people hold it together. Those people hold the line together. Because a lot of times, man, you don't have one of those. All right. How's the rest of 2020 going on now? Let's see about that. 2020. Action from Mallory. 20. I just put 229. It's not 229. Roseanne, T.O. has tarot courses. They're amazing. Yes, all my stuff is free. All the courses are free. All the courses are free, and they're all over the YouTube channel. So if you want a lot of tarot information, way too much, then feel free to watch all of my billion videos. All right. Let's see the rest of 2020. Let's break it down with a Mons Tarot. There we go. All right. Nate, I see your question. I got a few in the queue. We'll see if we got time. All right. If we don't got time, Nate, you know where I am, and you know when I am. Not like I take any days off. All right. Let's see, the rest of 2020, the Star, the Five of Swords, and the Tower, and the Knight of Pentacles. Well, it looks like another 2020 event. I mean, the Tower really does sum up 2020, doesn't it? The Tower, that really sums up how 2020 has gone. But as I say all the time, that when you see any event in tarot, any event like the Tower, like death, like anything that happens, you need to look at what's around it to sort of get a context. Before the Tower, the Knight of Pentacles, the stability goes haywire. Basically, the stability has a little bit of haywire in it. The Knight of Pentacles is really rock solid stable. It's all about that stability. You know what I mean? The Knight of Pentacles says that we have this field of wheat. We're proud of what we have. The field is not really looking, but it's kind of looking sparse. We have to admit that. But we do have this the field of wheat. We are proud of our accomplishments of what we're doing. The Tower says that it's sort of coming into a state of flux, or we have some definite movement here. Things are changing. Things are moving towards something else. I think that's going to be sort of a 2021 feel where we get into 2021 and now we have some unexpected situations. We have some unpredictability that sort of kicks in, right? Again, the context, what happens after the Tower? Okay, things are a bit unstable. We got a little bit of the unexpected coming in. What happens after that? The Star says you needed that. You needed it. You needed a little shakeup. I think we were too comfortable in where we're at and how we were doing it. We're a little bit too complacent, a little bit in our comfort zone too many times, right? Time to get out of the comfort zone, experience some more things, and get a little more variety. And the Star says that's going to be a good thing. It's going to lead us towards where we ultimately want to go. It's sort of like coming out of a cocoon and being that butterfly, getting that thing going and having a bunch of magic happen, right? The Star says we're guided by the North Star. We're guided to the next thing. So it's okay that we have a little bit of shakeup. It's okay that we have a little bit of rocky times, because the next period of time, the thing after that, is going to be where the important parts are at. Okay. So that is sort of how 2020 goes, and looking for a little change, looking for a little alterations, a little change, being kicked out of the comfort zone a little bit and pushed into the next stage. Which is not going to be a bad thing after all. It's looking pretty good for Bartman. Bartman, you got a host from Boo Boo. Thank you so much, Boo Boo, as always. All right, Bartman, where are we at? Bartman, when did you ask a question? Not really sure. Bartman, the title is called Tarot of Arcana. Tarot of Arcana. I got that part. Fictional tarot story. Bartman, I like that idea a lot. I think it's going to be very interesting indeed. Looks pretty cool. All right. Like tarot stories, tarot board games, anything that gets tarot and just takes it to the next level. I like it. I don't see Bartman's question. Bartman, what was your question? I don't really see it. Anyway, right down the Windy City. Shake up as an order. There you go. We're the third night. Okay, we're waiting for Bartman. Does anybody else have a question? Let's see. Nate had a question. Let's do Nate's question. Nate said something. All right. How should I switch up the aesthetic for the content that I want to make? Oh, okay. We'll go to Chloe. Chloe, thank you for your donation. We'll go to Chloe instead. Let's see. Chloe says, is he going to contact me? The old reconciliation action. Ooh, that is good. That is good indeed. Nothing better than a little makeup sex. You know what I mean? A little makeup sex makes everything better. Oh, what is going to be? Oh, It has been a minute. It has been a minute since I've used this one. The Stephanie Loonpaw deck. One of my favorites. The Dream, was it the Dream Workers, the Dream Keepers, the Dream something? Anyway, she has 2 books on how to make this deck in watercolor, by the way. I bought both of the books, and they were pretty cool, I gotta say. So they were at half price books, and they were only $2 each. So I picked them up. I need to do some book reviews. That's some content I've been meaning to make. Let's do some book reviews this week. Yes, book reviews. I'll include it on here. And this, there we go. Anything but This Might Hurt. Yeah, indeed. All right, let's get some makeup sex action. Is that going to be a thing? 3 of Wands and Knight of Cups. Looks interesting, but then we have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. I think they contact you, but it doesn't end up going the way that you expect. Basically, that's a summary, right? That's the ending of the book. You know, that's when you find out that Darth Vader is Luke's father and stuff like that, or you know, or Daenerys dies at the end and gets stabbed by Jon Snow. You know, it's sort of the end of the book right there. It's one of those. Ask a question. Sure, Bartman, Boo Boo hosted you. What kind of question you got? But yeah, the 3 of Wands, it does say that you're sort of waiting. We're waiting around. We're sort of, you know, wondering. We're sort of in that mode where we're ready. We're ready. And I think that's sort of an attractive state because it does sort of literally attract, you know, maybe we can be contacted. Maybe we can do something. Maybe we can hit them up, make some funny joke on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, you know, whatever the 1,000 billion social media things that we got going on. But 3 of Wands says reach out, and I think if you put it out there, they'll be sort of interested in contacting you. I say that because of the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is Mr. Romance, Mr. or Ms. Romance. It is a bit of the romance thing. You know what I mean? So it says that we do have a bit of a possibility, and it sort of opens the door for something else, It could be great. You know, and then the bad news hits, you know, and then the sort of the ending hits. The biggest thing here is the Nine of Swords, a movement card reversed. And this sort of says that we moved forward without a plan, and then we didn't really want to move forward anymore. So it seems that things got started, they got warmed up, you know what I mean? We get a little warm-up action, a little bit in there, and then all of a sudden it just sort of just dwindles down. It feels like it never really got off the ground. We had the airplane. If anyone's flown a Cessna, by the way, I have a pilot license. If anyone's flown a Cessna, you get the throttle and you just jack it. When they say we're ready to go, you know, they say, okay, you're cleared. And you got like 5 planes, you know, waiting behind you. So you got to jack it. So you just jack the throttle and the whole plane, because Cessnas are a piece of crap. So you just go, the whole thing's like rattling. It's like, and you're like, you know, the wheels are crappy, you know, and like half the instruments in the thing don't work. And so you're like just bouncing and rattling down the runway. You're like, I'm going to die. But yeah. Oh. Anyway, it's like one of those, you know, it like gets started and it just never take off. It never actually get going. But anyway, but yeah, the Knight of Swords says because we didn't really have a plan. In other words, because we didn't really fix what was there in the first place, because we didn't really have any reconciliation sort of pathway, that we just sort of stall out and we just never get off the ground, right? You hit the throttle and you didn't go all the way. You just went halfway with the throttle, and so you just kind of moved down the runway, and then you sort of taxied back because you never really got off the ground. So it just says things just don't get off the ground. You do get warmed up, you do get started though. So, you know, that's sort of a good news. Anyway, yeah, if you've never flown before, go fly a most flight schools for $100, they'll let you do a test flight, or a fun flight is what they call it, an adventure flight or whatever the name is, and just see how terrible these planes are built. Anyway, but yeah, it's an interesting experience, especially a 152. Get in a Cessna 152 and you're like flying over the highway, and there's cars that are like moving faster than your plane because you got a headwind and the plane's such a piece of crap. Like there's cars like passing you. You're like down on the freeway. You're like, oh, come on. Anyway, Bartman posted his question. All right. Was it about buttery muffins? I don't know. I want to know how's my writing. How's my writing so far? All right. Just want to know how my writing is so far. We'll see, Bartman. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, when cars are passing the plane, you're like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I doing this to myself? I could have driven there faster than I'm flying the stupid plane. And then you land, and there's like a side wind. It's the most horrible experience of your life. So here's what you got to do. If there's a crosswind, you have to aim the plane into this crosswind. So you're coming into this runway, and the plane is like at a 45-degree angle, going like this, and you're gonna land. So you have to wait. And at some point, there's no wind. You get in this pocket, and then you got to yank the plane straight as fast as you can, because if you land like this, wheels are going to snap off. So you got to like wait, then you snap it over here real quick. And it always goes like too far over, and so you go boom, 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 like that. That's just, God, man, I hate it. It's the most annoying thing in the world. You're like, dude, if I break the wheels on this plane, first off, the wings are loaded with fuel. How bad is that going to go, right? The wings, what's in the wings? Fuel. Guess what explodes on impact? Fuel. And it's worse because you've just used half the tank. And so now the wings are half full of fuel. If you ever hit the ground, you want the wings to be full of fuel, not halfway. Because if it's halfway, then that's bad. Anyway, yeah, it's an interesting experience if you've never done it before. All right. It is, you like slam in, man. Anyway, if there's a crosswind, I would like cancel. I'm being totally serious. I look, if there's any crosswind at all, I would just cancel the flight. I mean, I'm not dealing with that. There's literally no way I'm dealing with that. All right. Okay. Just want to know how's my writing so far. The Empress, the Knight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. You are taking on too much. I think you need to get an outline. The first thing you need to do is you need to get an outline. You're afraid of flying. No. Flying is fine if you have a good pilot, but it's me flying. I mean, that's a bad pilot, first off. And secondly, the Cessna 152 is like the most 1950s feeling plane in the history of mankind. So this is a different experience. The Ten of Wands says you're taking on too much at a time. Do you have an outline, right? You get on Readz. Wait, let's show it. Let's see. Readz. All right. Readz. Is it readz.com? You get on Readz, it'll allow you to make an outline of your book. So do you have an outline? Do you know from start to finish what's going to happen in the book? The Ten of Wands says if you don't, you're going to have this big variance in the middle of your book to where now you have to go back and rewrite sections because you didn't have the whole thing kind of organized in your head from start to finish. So make sure you have everything organized. Make sure you have the outline exactly the way you need it, and make sure that you follow that. The Ten of Wands says don't get in a situation where you got to rewrite stuff over and over. Eight of Pentacles says just keep going in a steady pace. Steady pace, steady, slow pace wins the race. That is going to be key for you. Knight of Cups, fall in love with it. Fall in love with it. You know what I mean? Fall in love with it. There you go. You got to fall in love with it. Knight of Cups, Mr. Romance, you need to fall in love with the book. If it's just something you're doing just to do it, I don't think that's going to work. You need to feel the characters, love the characters, have passion with the characters. You know what I mean? Get that passion out. The Nine of Cups is going to be, Empress says overall, you're good at writing the book. You're good at it. So I think it's going to work out well. Slow and steady wins the race. Make sure you have an outline. So now you're not encumbered by going back and rewriting sections and whatever. And if you need to hire anybody to do the audiobook portion, I'm here for you. Bartman, I'm here for you to do your audiobook portion. All right. Let's see. In the last reading of the night, we are in the ending soon mode. With my grandmother reconciled with my mother. Oh, we got a little family conflict going on. Jupiter, thank you again for your donation. Grandma and Ma, see what that's going on. Monks and orgasm. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen on this channel, that's for sure. No, but I'm serious, if you've never flown in a 152, if you know anybody that's a pilot, go along with them on a flight. You're going to look down and see cars going faster than the plane, and you're going to be like Tio was right. This is BS, man. This is BS. We're going slower than cars. That car down there is going to arrive at our destination before us. That's messed up. We're in a plane. All right. I'm just saying. Only if it's erotica. Yeah, you do need... Juicy Peach is going to have a dedicated card in my new deck, by the way. We need a Juicy Peach card. And it is going to have something with monks in it. That is for sure. Juicy Peach might be the Hierophant, because the Hierophant does have monks in the front row that are on their knees. I'm just saying, there's a golden opportunity here. There's a golden opportunity here for monks in the front row of the Hierophant and Juicy Peach being up top there. You know what I mean? All right, that it could be my next card. It could be my next card. The Hierophant and the mom. What the world did I type? What is that gibberish that I typed? Grandma and Ma. All right. That's what I meant to type. My home key, I had one over. That was the wrong thing. All right. The Hierophant, speaking of Hierophant, Death Reverse, 3 of Wands and Queen of Wands. Death Reverse, Jupiter. Death Reverse says they have no incentive to do it. I mean, it's not, there's no incentive to do this. It's almost like that we could, sure. I mean, there is something we could do. The Hierophant says we could get that in. We do have that stability. It is family. We do need to sort of do a reconciliation. But Death Reverse, Death is the change card. And Death is the, Death Reverse says there's not a lot of change. This is an interesting card, okay? Death, when you have a situation where you're looking for change, where you're asking for change. If there's no incentive, there's no reason to do it. There doesn't seem to be any path that has a huge benefits. So Death Reverse says there's no real reason to do that, no real reason to change. It's sort of enhanced by the 3 of Wands being reversed. It means that we already know the destination. You know what I mean? The 3 of Wands is where we're looking out amongst this big land, this vast land. And we're looking around and searching for where we want to go next or what we want to do next. And when this is reversed, it means we know what's in that land. We know what mom does. We already know the advantages, the disadvantages. There's nothing new there. So we know the expected outcome, and the expected outcome is not what we want. If we want them to reconcile, we need a different expected outcome. Does that make sense? So if I go fly a rickety 152 Cessna, okay, a Cessna 152, that I have to, nobody wants to fly that. When I go to fly one of those, I know what I'm getting. I know that the suction on the plane is going to be broken, and I'm not going to know my altitude. There's going to be something broken on the plane that just doesn't work at all. The radio is going to go in and out. The seat is going to have huge cracks in it. I know what is going to be in that plane. So there's nothing new and unexpected for me, and that's what you have here. If you want them to reconcile, there has to be some change in both parties. And both parties are going to be there, right? There has to be some change involved with that before both parties there. Because if you already know the outcome, why would you bother going down the road? Especially if you don't like the outcome. The Queen of Wands says they eventually do in the long run. In the long run. Now, not a good time. Now's not a good time. People need to change. People need to go into... get into a reason to have that change and that incentive. And that is going to be where that is going to be at. But not right now, basically, but long road, yes. There you go. All right. And that is it for me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you putting up with my plane stories. Go look up a Cessna 152 today. And if you want to get a true adventure in the air and be frightened for your life, get on one of those things. You know what I mean? There you go. Soul Moon's Rising. Welcome. The video will be up in about 30 minutes. There you go. All right. We'll see you next time, basically tomorrow.